lady name who was talking about she wouldn't date a bus driver?
Eboni K. Williams.
Some reality.
She was getting a little run at first.
Mm-hmm.
No. It was a lady
it wasn't.
who was talking about she wouldn't date a bus driver. And this got her a lot of airplay. She was on shows.
Yeah, she was on shows.
Her name is going to come to me in a second. But what is her name? Eboni K. Williams said she wouldn't date a bus driver.
I don't know, position ourselves so that we can be in our divinity, so we can have our crowns right, how we can create and not build. When some of us, quite frankly, feel that the men that are available to us, and I'm talking about across the color spectrum, across the age spectrum, trust me, I've done them all, they are not positioned to protect nor provide because of some of the statistics we just talked about. They're not earning the incomes. They're not having the resources, and some of them are not even showing up in the leadership.
Would you date a bus driver? Would you date
if he owns the bus? If he owns it. If he owns the bus.
See, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem.
Okay.
Eboni K. Williams said she wouldn't date a bus driver, but just had a baby artificially inseminated in that blew-out-ass monkey. This is the definition of insanity, ladies and gentlemen. The brother who passed, that they was happy he passed, said this. Can't make this shit up if you want to.
You can't make this shit up, people.
Hit it said she won't date a bus driver, but had to have a baby artificially put in her pussy. What the fuck is wrong with this? That is insanity if you ever saw it. I'm talking about cuckoo. You had to have a baby put up in you, but you wouldn't date a bus driver?
Right now, a bus driver would have been a lot cheaper. I'm just going to say.
Oh my God. Hey, man, I'm scared of these people, man. Look at her. She thinks she's something too. When she take off that makeup and hair, she look like somebody mammy. Like she about to be. By somebody who she had to buy. She had to buy a family and have it put in.
That ain't cheap.
Man, listen, man, these are the women we got to choose from out here. She's supposed to be elite. Only elite to a fool.
That's why she don't have a fool. She don't have one.
Now, that's really a pop-up baby right there. I can't imagine you out here, instead of letting the bus driver dick you down when he get off work, you would rather have something slid in you.
It had to do with the amount that he make. But can you imagine if a bus driver, what if she said, how does she know the guy whose sperm she accepted? Unless she
Thank you, D.
Somebody else.
She said she know who the guy is.
Oh, well, then that's a different story. I thought she
Not know him, just found out she has information on who was the donor. Because you can look at the bitch and tell she want to pick through what babies she want, but she don't want the responsibility that God gave her to be a woman of substance. She's a woman who accepts substance in her sack so she could skeet out a creature in a few months.
Oh, wow.
Like if you can't get pregnant and they find a way to do it like that, that's different. But I'm just saying, I look at these women, man, and I'm like, these women are insane. And they had the nerve to stand in front of the camera like, boom. That's a picture of her?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's more how she really look right there. Goddamn. I mean, she can get it. She can get it all day long. But I know me. Soon as I get it, her value decreases. What am I doing fucking you right now? I ain't put no effort into you. So if I'm fucking you, that means you probably accepted a small amount of money that was big to you and nothing to me. That's the way my life goes. I'm divorced now. I hoes that take tokens.
Bus tokens?
And I'm proud of it. Ain't nothing like dropping a girl back off in a bad part of town after you through with her. That is a blessing from God. To look at them walk back in the jungle.
They said she wanted a truck driver instead.
She wanted a who?
Truck driver instead.
Well, she got something trucked up in her.
There's nothing wrong with those. I'm saying, look, she could have gave that money to a bus driver. Let him knock her up. Something like.
Exactly.
Hey, look,
It's not cheap to get that done, right? How much does that cost? That's
I don't
crazy.
know what she paid to have something shot up in her. All I'm saying is, if she ever get in an argument with me, we are going to talk about what's been shot up in you. Ain't nobody gave you love. They gave you drippings.
Oh, wow.
If the sperm that come out of your penis ain't shot up in a womb, that's a dripping. That's the new name we need to call it.
Did
Leftovers.
she actually,
We gave her a dripping. You want some dripping, bitch?
Did she say how she got it? Because there's other people out there that have gotten pregnant by, like
By what? Turkey basters?
no, actually having sex by somebody, but they're not with them. In other words, who's
Well, that's
this?
America.
IVF.
Who's this-
Yeah, man. This Eboni K. Williams pregnancy, congratulations, let me just say, because, you're in store for a life full of solo parenting, You signed up for single motherhood, and that's what the real issue is here. I think that a lot of people are seeing, Sure, you have the money and you have the wealth to pay for this service, the service to have your own child, a designer baby, if you will, through in vitro fertilization. But should you? It simply comes from a lack of wanting to cooperate with the men in your lives. The fact that the relationship that you deem good enough to bring a child into hasn't come along. She's been in relationships, she's been in public relationships, but for whatever reason, those relationships didn't bear a child. So then you ask yourself, okay, well, what's going on right now? Who is she dating right now? Are those prospects so slim? Are those guys so unacceptable that you would never want to have a child with any of them? Because now you're coming into your next situation as a single mother. And there's a lot of guys that, the guys that she said she wanted, she didn't want the bus drivers, obviously. But the guys that she says she wants, these successful men, these top level men, you just brought yourself down 3 or 4 levels because you wanted to have a baby by yourself.
Other men who say, yeah, that's a man of value. He's a mover or shaker, a most eligible. Okay, man, but these men don't settle. They don't settle. They don't get women who are, there are men on YouTube right now saying, I don't know what I'm talking about being high value. But here's one thing that they do agree with me on. They don't take a woman with children. They don't. I've had men who vehemently disagree with me on a lot of things. They don't listen to me, but unanimously, we don't take another man's children because that's not even in their mindset. They don't.
So now it's going to be even harder for her to find exactly what she's looking for, what she's been complaining about in the media. It seems counterintuitive. It seems like as intelligent as she is, intelligent as she professes herself to be, this doesn't seem like a wise move. And you're not a desperate person at this point, at least as far as we know. We don't know that you have any health concerns that would stop you from pursuing this further, other than age. And I think that's what it is. The clock has kind of run out. And as a woman in her 40s, she wants to get this done. She wants to have that companionship. But is that fair to the child? You got a child now that's going to grow up without a father. Now, granted, that is if, the sperm donor doesn't want to have anything to do with them, which is most likely the case. Not only have you picked somebody, you might say, oh, they have great genetics, all their profile, whatever. People lie on those profiles, believe it or not. They went to Harvard, they did this, they did that. They lie on those profiles. The fact of the matter is, these people are usually, the sperm donors are doing it in exchange for money, and it's not a lot of money. So either they're doing it out of the great goodness of their heart, they want to procreate and bring some more of themselves into the world, or they're down on their luck too. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do we put this together? She doesn't specify, of course, the race of the sperm donor. She has talked about the lack of black men actually contributing to sperm banks. And so for her to find then the top tier of black men, if she wanted a black sperm donor, it's not a high possibility. But back to the fact of the child and its relationship with the father. I think a lot of women nowadays, and I'm just going to say this, a lot of women really devalue the position of a man in a child's life.
And it would be far better in the world for women who are average to get with an average man, because an average man provides a woman options. But I don't want you to get with an average man and feel like you're settling. You need to treat that man with respect, because a man is worth more than a goddamn paycheck. Saying I'm settling is a condescending, disrespectful tone. Just like you say you would feel some kind of way if I said I settled for you. But my grandmother settled for my grandmother had a 6th grade education. My grandfather had a 4th grade education. She settled for him and gave us a family legacy that we are still trying to measure up to. We are not doing nearly as well as the people who had less education and more hard circumstances in the black community before us. We are not good stewards of their legacy. And part of the reason is because our women are so out of line. You think you're settling or should get more, and you can't get more. There are only a handful of these men, but the rest of women get men who roughly around their area. Yes, it's okay to want something better. It's okay to graduate with a 2.0 and want to get into Princeton or want better, but you got to be realistic and pick.
This kid is going to grow up with a father-sized hole in their chest. And I believe she said it was a girl. You know how important it is for a girl to have a father in her life? It helps her make decisions as an adult based on the nurturing she was given from a man. Now, can that be replaced with an uncle or a cousin or other extended men, family members or friends? Yes. But not in the same way. Not in the same way you get from your father. You get certain characteristics from your father. Plus, you don't know exactly what the mental health history of this family is. You don't know what other type of health issues they might have. Just the introduction of IVF into this actually compounds some of the issues she might have raising a child as a single mother. A busy single mother who's all over the place doing TV shows. Like I said, God bless her, because she got her work cut out ahead of her. She's got her work cut out ahead of her because she wanted to make this, I believe, selfish decision. You know, it's not about you having a baby. After this child is born, it's about that child's life and how it will be fulfilled going forward. But don't get me started, man. Either way, that was interesting. Corey Holcomb went in. Of course, Kevin Samuels, he gets proven right more and more every day. So it is what it is. Rest in peace. Anyway, let me know what you think about it in the comments. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell notification for all uploads. If you want to watch more, please watch one of these videos down below. Please turn your notifications on your YouTube app to all. I'm going to have to show you this because a lot of people don't know that a lot of your favorite YouTubers' reach is being limited because your notifications aren't on. I can't tell you how many subscribers I have that tell me they don't see Faucette Media videos. So please turn your notifications on in your YouTube app, or you can turn on the digest so that you'll see, it'll give you a daily blast of people that you're subscribed to and you have alerts on for, so you can keep in contact with the people that you actually want to see on YouTube, not who the algorithm wants to feed you. Do that for me, please. Make sure you sign up for the newsletter. Link is in the description so you can be up to date on all things Faucette Media. This is Faucette Media.